let's do this damn thing. What's up, everyone? My name's AJ Wrights Crypto. And fix my camera here a little teeny bit. All right, we're here. We're back. What's up? It's Wednesday, May 1st. It's fucking May. Here we are. Well, the May crash has kind of already commenced. We talked about this yesterday. I hope you guys watched that TA video I put up yesterday. Still a lot of valid ideas there if you haven't seen it. Essentially, we couldn't lose certain levels. We lost them. It's like that episode of South Park, and it's gone. That is what has happened. Hate to say it. I was watching Crypto Face's stream yesterday. He was short, and Alex O, fellow TA friend of mine. I said, Alex, are we going to 52 or is it just me? And he said 58 for now. Well, we're at 57. So, and we're in a low volume node. So it's really not looking good at the moment. But this is what happens. The halving happened. It's behind us. Now the market's going to do everything it can to shake you out of it. Get out before it pumps without you. That's basically what crypto tries to do. I feel like most of us know better. Most of us are just good and calloused at riding this roller coaster. But my advice is to really just think deep down about why you got into crypto in the first place. And when you got into crypto, you knew going into it how volatile it is, how sketchy it can be, how it's not a static environment. So now, we recalibrate. We use this as an opportunity to buy the dip, continue to buy the dip. And we're going to stick to the playbook. That's what I'm going to do. Anyway, there's a new book. It's not exactly a playbook, but there is a new book. I walked when I was leaving the office yesterday. I looked down inside this box, and the box was open. And I found a big, giant box of Catching Up to FTX. Lessons Learned in My Crusade Against Corruption, Fraud, and Bad Hair by Ben Armstrong. I love to see it. I'm going to read this book today. This book is getting nommed by myself today. It's actually pretty cool. Like there's a lot of like pictures and hey, look, it's your boy. There I am at dinner. That's funny. Yeah, so that dinner right there was when we were in the Bahamas, and the day we got kicked out of the SBF compound. We had dinner with Ice Bags, who is the founder of Campai Pandas, his brother, his dad, and Gainsey was there, and just like couple like really big like kind of Web3 people. And it was a really, really good time. I was when I first met Ice Bags and that whole Campai Panda crew and stuff. We have become friends with them since then. And we played poker with them in Ice Bags' penthouse that night. And around 2 a.m, SBF texted Ben. And at first we didn't think it was real. And then we found out, confirmed that was him. That was his number. And that's kind of where, everything really started, was that night. So I'm actually really interested to read how it goes down in the book compared to, what happened when what I saw, stuff like that. So very interesting stuff. I kind of forget that, like, we literally went to the Bahamas during the middle of, the SBF madness. We went back to go to his court date. Man, craziness, pure craziness. But shout out to Ben. Man. That's what he does. He takes the fight to the people, and you got to give him props for it. So I can't wait to read that book. Maybe I will do a giveaway for 1 or 2 of these here on the channel, maybe on Twitter, something like that. Maybe I'll get Ben to sign it, maybe do something like that. I think it'd be fun. All right, so cool. Let me check out the chat really fast. You got Brian Bootyhead, Matthew Barnes, Tristan Gage, Lee F, Karen Harris, Boosted, Nick L, Skittles McFly. I like that name, Skittles McFly. My best friend in the entire world, Chauncey Peppertooth. Yeah, we got the squad. We got the squad. All right, let's start talking about crypto. We have a lot to cover today. We already have 112 people in the house already this morning. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Yo, what's up, JC? How you doing, brother? All right, so it's a quick overview of the markets before we get into the nitty gritty. Just let me get a fresh refresh here, just so we're all aware of where we're at. All right, we got Bitcoin 57.2, not good. Ethereum under 3,000. Solana 122. XRP under 50 cents. Dogecoin under 13. Cardano outside of the top 10 behind Toncoin at 43 cents. Chainlink under 13. Near at $6. That's a steal. That's an absolute, near under $6 is a steal. Around that 10 cents. Would hate to see it fall further because it is also on the edge of a low volume node. Render $7, SWE 110, VChain almost down back to 3. That's a bummer. The Graph 22 cents, Theta 194, Phantom 64. Man, we have gotten decimated in the past 7 days, and I am kind of worried that it's going to get a little bit worse before it gets better. Mackie Powers, $5 super chat. Thanks for the super chat, Mackie. AJ, how long do you think we have under 60K? I need a month or two. That would be great. What is the lowest you see Bitcoin going to? All right. Well, I was going to save the chart for a little bit later, but we can look at that as there is a question right at the front end of the show here. So first off, I'm going to look at the 5-day chart. And this is what I pointed out yesterday, is that there was a 5X, a red X on the 5-day chart on Market Cipher A. So the larger the time frame, the longer, the more. Oh, you guys can't see that. Okay, there it is. Bitcoin 5-day chart. There's a red X on the 5-day. Okay, and the larger the time frame, the more important the indication. All right. So when you have a red X on the 5-day, that's really like worst case scenario. So my volume profile isn't loaded for some reason. It does that. I have to click it twice. All right. So the thing here is that there was support at 58, which we've already lost, which was this little baby wick that came down right in there. All right. That has already been lost. So really the next stop on the train here, as I've been saying for a couple weeks, as I said in a video yesterday, is 52,000. That's the next stop on the train according to the volume profile. All right. We have basically nothing in the volume profile right now. A handful of people read volume profiles a little bit different, but I kind of stick to the basic playbook of them, where when something moves up really fast, it's because there was no volume to catch it. And when something moves down really fast, when something moves up really fast and then it corrects, it's very likely that it will move down just as fast as it came up. All right. So there's that. So now we kind of have to hope, is 52 going to hold us? Well, maybe not. When you consider, how much volume is at 52, and then you realize there's a lot more volume at 42, which kind of takes us into this old value area that encompasses, 52,000 to 32,000. All right. Would really hate to see that. There is obviously big support resistance at 48, big support resistance at 44, 38. I mean, there's a lot of big numbers thrown around on the chart right here. And to be honest, where we are right now, it doesn't, when you kind of zoom out on Bitcoin, it doesn't make that much sense. I don't feel like it's going to stay here long. When you kind of consider, okay, there is a little support resistance right there. There's another one right here from this pump back there. Okay, what price is that at? That's at 53. All right, and the big SR is 52. So there are a couple places we could stop. To be fair, the last time we lost 60,000. All right, where's 60,000? Here. Okay, it took 820 days to get it back. All right, that was the last time we lost 60,000. The first time we lost 60,000, where's that at? Right. It'd actually be up there a little higher. Okay. Right here, it took 180 days to get it back. Okay. So kind of I am kind of thinking that this is likely to be more of the scenario than this scenario. I don't really see us getting completely decimated. Um, I am not seeing a scenario where we end up in the 20s or even the 30s. If we dip into the 40s, I wouldn't be that surprised considering the the support resistance in this range right here. If you see all these little spikes there, and the point of control on the volume profile when you're zoomed all the way out is sitting at 47. So I wouldn't be that surprised to see that. I also don't really see a scenario where we just immediately turn right back around. That's very unlikely. Would it be nice? Yes. Is it probable? No. And even when you kind of come in, look at the 2-day, really brutal, 1 day, really brutal. We are really coming down, on the oscillator here on the 1 day. I would really like to see more of a fight put up where we are now. We are kind of on the 2 hour putting up a little bit of a fight here. Would really like to see more of a fight. But yeah, like I've said before, and I'll say it again, the level that kind of yells at me is 52,000. That's the level that yells at me. So how long will we last under 60? I don't know. That's a good question, man. I mean, no one can really see the future. We went back and measured how long it took every other time we lost 60,000, 180 days and 800 plus days. So let's hope the first one is more of the scenario. I mean, there's really nothing about the volume that can tell you that. I mean, this volume down here, the oscillator, I mean, is finally falling down through the VWAP, pushing out. I mean, I think it's going to take a couple months at least. I think it's going to take a couple months. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see. I mean, I've been saying this the whole time. Q4. I think that's when we're really going to wake back up. I feel like this year is actually kind of reminiscent of 2021. I think it is. Even though this year was the halving, I still feel that if you kind of look, all right. So let me show you this. I did talk about this in my video yesterday, but I still feel like it is certainly worth bringing up. Okay. Let me refresh this so you guys can see it better. I know you can't see it yet. 1 second. All right. So here we are. This is bitcoinmonthlyreturn.com. That shows you, Bitcoin's monthly return of every month since, 2010. All right. And I kind of, anything like below 2017, like really doesn't matter to me. I would even say that's true to like 2020, even because the game itself has shifted so much. There's been so much more money added in. There's been progress with regulation. There's been progress with institutional adoption. It's a completely different playing field, and it's much more mainstream now than it was before. Is it completely mainstream? No, but it's much more mainstream now than it was before. All right. And I mean, April 24 was the first red month we've had since August of 23. So we're talking 7 back-to-back green months in a row. Okay. That hasn't happened in a long time. All right. And in 2020, going into 2021, there were 6 back-to-back months in a row from October to March. And then April was the first red month, followed up by sell in May, walk away in 2021. That was the famous sell in May, walk away with CryptoFace and Ben. So when you kind of see that alignment of 2020 and 2023, when you see that alignment of 2020 going into 21 with 23 going into 24, we've been green since October, red Aprils, and coming into May. And all the big Mays that we've had in the past, people always say, oh, there was a 60%, a 70% in 2019, 2017. Those were preceded by green Aprils, which this one was not. And can you tell me more about the lessons you've learned in your crusade against corruption, fraud, and bad hair?
Yeah, absolutely. If you're going to do it, make sure if you're going to chase a scammer, make sure to take a scammer with you. That's why I took AJ. You guys can check out AJ and Catching Up to FTX, where we went and destroyed Sam Bankman-Fried. What is Bitcoin now? Is it holding right now?
57.
57 what? 57.7?
57 like 3.
57.3.
Yeah. 57.5. It popped up.
What did it go down to?
Hold on. Let me go to 12 minute here. We are talking local low 56.6.
56.6. Wow.
Yeah.
I got wicked out then. I got stopped out.
Damn.
No, it's okay. That's okay.
Long?
Well, yeah, because here's the
I
thing.
thought you were short yesterday.
No, I don't really go short. Well, yes, but it went down to 50. It touched 57s. And I was like, okay. This is what I did. I was like, okay, it's at 57 or it's at 58 right now. Okay. It went down. It touched down into the 57s down over yonder here. Started to come back up a little bit. And I thought to myself, looking back when you zoom out and you look at the long term, when you look at the daily chart, for instance, you go over and you just kind of see like some squiggles right here. Zoom out a little bit. Let's see. Take off the ribbon. Just take off the ribbon. Yeah. Okay. All right. So go to the 4-hour chart instead of the daily. That's probably what I was looking at. Now I'm thinking about it. 4-hour chart. And now zoom out. Yeah. Okay. So like you see this, you see right here, this sideways action. Mm-hmm. I was like, you know what? There's not a lot there, but there's enough to show that there was a place where there was some accumulation. Sure. And so I was like, okay, if it's going to go down further from here, it's going down to 56, but this is a good spot because what we've been seeing is that a lot of times it's hitting in between our ranges, right? Like what we said, oh, it's going to go down to 10 to 14K. What did it go down to? Like 15.8. It was right above that. And we're not hitting the ranges. So I'm trying to use some of my just crypto knowledge of what happens in the markets to say, okay, if the market is going to drop, this is why I got stopped out because I set a stop loss. So if it goes below this, it's going to this. So, yeah, but anyways.
Yeah. So my school of thinking is, we kind of touched on this yesterday, is that there was this little value area-esque thing right here down in the 52s, and that's also where the volume profile really wakes up. Like as where we are right here with this big gap down, and that explains itself by look how fast it went from there to here. 2 days, 16%. That's because there was nothing. There's nothing here, and here we are, right there.
Well, but we're still there right now.
Yeah,
we're still in this range to where things feel like it could wick back up.
I hope so, man.
4 hour.
Yeah, it's a 4 hour.
Do we on the 3 hour? We have green dot on the 3 hour.
3 hours. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
So waiting on the 4 hour. I tend to believe that we are gonna. I tend to believe that we're gonna go up from here. I think we've touched into the 56s. We have now pleased the gods of some of the numbers that I would have liked to have seen. It bounced up quickly from 56, so it's back up to 57 right now. So I tell you, I'm just going to be looking at that 4 hour chart. I'm going to be looking for an entry on the 4 hour chart. I think there's going to be a good one. I mean, once again, run a tight stop. If it goes below 56, we're screwed. It's going down to 52, whatever. But what's that money flow?
Red.
Started to turn up a little bit though. True. Started to turn up a little bit. True. So that's my 2 Satoshis.
There it is. Appreciate you, Ben. Much love, brother. All right, there you go. BitBoy Crypto, everybody. And like I said, I'm so happy I can call him BitBoy Crypto again. It is weird when I couldn't call him that. He said, "You can't call me that anymore." I said, "Yes, I can. Yes, I can." Sweet. Yep. The AI. I'm glad you guys like the AI live stream. I missed it. I was eating steak out and about. I'll definitely maybe circle back and check it out though. All right, Tristan Gage, I missed a $5 super chat here. Let me get to this before we get back to the agenda. Hey AJ, I took your advice and instead of being in only 2 coins, I just went all in on Hbar. That's not taking my advice, Tristan. That's not what this is. Oh my God, people take what I say and 50K invested into 500,000 coins, sink or swim time. All right. Well, there would be no realm where you took my advice and only bought 1 coin. Diversification is the backbone of every strategy, bro. If you put all your eggs in one basket, that's a rookie move. But at least they're all in Hbar. I will say that. You pick the right basket, but I still disagree. I still disagree with that strategy. Diversification is everything, man. Diversification really is everything, especially after the BlackRock kind of hiccup sort of happened and went from 18 cents back down to 9 cents. I mean, I get this point of buying here, and yeah, 18 cents now becomes a target, but that was off the back of stuff that really got lost in the wash. Does HBAR technically have, BlackRock on chain? Yes, they do. That happened. But did the crypto media feel a need to, convolute the story, and it kind of got lost? The true point of it got lost in the wash. I mean, the PR that went out was approved by BlackRock. That was a thing. But, Archax was the people that were tasked with, tokenizing, the BlackRock shares. It's not like BlackRock called HBAR. They gave the job to Archax, and Archax gave it to HBAR. So, and that is true. And HBAR does have it tokenized. But because the story kind of went to shit and all that happened, and when you go from 18 cents back to 9 cents, I'm not gonna lie, I bought $1,000 in HBAR yesterday. Okay, like I'm with you, but I'm still kind of pointing out like the bummer, that the kind of a letdown that we just kind of went through. And it's unfortunate because the story was correct. Like the PR was approved, and crypto media strikes again. That's kind of a bummer. But I would never suggest anybody holding all their money, all their eggs in one basket. That's not it, guys. All right, so I want to check out sweet. HBAR is only up because Tristan bought it. That's hilarious. All right. Yeah, JC, AJ, I took your advice and divorced my wife and sold my house, and now I'm all in on Skid. Right. Exactly. That's what I said. That's definitely what I told you to do. Trust me. All right, here we go. Back into it. We have over 213 people in the house. Make sure you smash that damn like button if you haven't already. I'm going to run through a couple baby little headlines here and circle back to the charts and kind of talk about the video I put out yesterday. Andreessen Horowitz invested $90 million into Ethereum-based altcoin. You want to guess which one it is? Optimism. Looking pretty. That's a big deal. Going to keep it rolling. Yuga Labs, their CEO, initiates overhaul amid layoffs and restructuring. Solana's message on April 26th emphasized Yuga's focus on developing its other side metaverse project, which is actually very funny. I took a long look at Other Side about a month ago. I almost bought like a Coda 5-star plot for super cheap, man. It was only like 4 ETH or something like that. And I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Like, I really have seen. All right, I'm not going to stay on NFTs for too long, but do I think Yuga Labs can can Yuga Labs get back to the top? I think they can. But also, over time, watching the mutants and the Bored Apes get devalued over time, it almost feels like they're losing that edge of their reputation that made them so prestigious before, right? And when you see temporarily there was a flippening between Pudgy Penguins and Bored Ape Yacht Club, that's not supposed to happen. You know what I mean? And for them to kind of double down back on the other side is super interesting. I mean, I remembered when it meant something if someone had a mutant. It used to be this big deal if someone had a mutant. And now it's like, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's 2 Ethereum, guys. Like, come on, I'd rather have a Kanpai Panda. You know what I mean? So, man, like, yeah, I wish Yuga Labs the best, to be honest. I mean, they have been a strong, kind of flagship blue chip for crypto, for NFTs. And I'd like to see that continued. But at the same time, I feel like their reputation has been damaged a little bit. And for them to kind of double down on Other Side, I hope it works out, man. I hope it works out. This kind of ties into some of the TA here. Let me pull this story back over here. Oh, not that button. That button. U.S. Bitcoin ETFs face the third week of outflows amid market turn down. U.S. Bitcoin ETFs see 328 million, marking the third consecutive week of declines. The Grayscale Bitcoin Trust witnessed the most substantial loss, with 454 million exiting between April 22nd and April 26th. This outflow highlights a considerable reversal for one of the previous dominant funds. Very interesting. So, yep. I mean, I feel like the big wigs in the ETF world are certainly going to play the very, very long game, but you have to realize that the Wall Street people playing the crypto game aren't looking at it like we look at it. They are looking at it like this. They are looking at the dollar, which has been moving up pretty aggressively. They are looking at the stock market, which bounced off support resistance and got rejected from the 200 EMA. All the fundamentals of risk assets, period, right now are not super duper bullish at the moment. Okay. So, I mean, is it a good thing on the 2-hour chart, that the dollar got rejected by support resistance? Yeah, sure. But when you look at the daily, you realize this thing has been in a macro ascending, broadening channel since March 7th. We're talking 60 days to the upside for the strength of the dollar trying to push up to, the high from last year. So, we're definitely going to want at some point to see that dollar chart turn around. I mean, we basically, this right here was Christmas time. Remember, we had that little pump up on Christmas time. There it was. So we know that the dollar needs to get down here for us to be in a significant place. Even kind of talking about the stock market, it's as simple as this, guys. It's forming a downtrend. It's forming a broadening, descending channel. That is what the stock market is in at the moment since it turned around. All right. Can it, put in a lower high and break out? Sure. Could it double bottom and break out? Sure. But it could also break that level and put in a lower low. And this is why this chart is so important to me, because, this level right here where I have this alarm set, everybody, that alarm set at exactly 4849.6 on the stock market, we put in a lower low here. It is not going to be pretty for crypto. All right. So, I do hear Ben out, this could be a place we turned around, but that's also what everybody said about 61. And this is actually the most significant part of what recently happened here, everybody, is that, so here's, really the local top, the new Bitcoin all-time high right here, around 73, high 73,000, right here. Since that moment in time, Bitcoin has put in lower highs, has put in lower lows. All right. Is it cool that we could, turn around from here? Yeah, we could, but look, but kind of look at this situation like, I don't know, these two situations right here where Bitcoin came down, touched this level, and then it popped up a little bit, but ultimately put in a lower high. We came right back down to the same level with a slightly lower low. We popped up a little bit and ultimately put in another lower high. And now we're even another lower low. Sure, we could pop up, but unless we break support resistance at 67,000, we have bad structure right now. Lower lows, lower highs, terrible structure. And that's what I'm saying, that, yeah, could we turn around here? Yeah, we could. But structurally speaking, things are not looking good. We need to break. We need to be putting in higher highs, higher lows, breaking support resistance. That's the only way we get out of this, or it's going to take a lot of time. Just like, this has taken a lot of time for, I did not mean to draw that line. Just like this has taken a lot of time for us to get to this point. Just like, when we lost it last time, we went all time high and sell in May, walk away, we ended up at 29,000. All right. So from the tippity top, we went down 53% to 29,000. 54% to 29,000. All right. That was the sell in May, walk away from the top. So let's go to the top here. All right. Here's the top. 54% would be 33.7 if we did the same thing this time that we did last time. All right. So this is going to be painful, guys. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I would love to see things magically turn around. But this is crypto. Let's not forget where we are. 2025 is projected to be the top of the bull run based off the Bitcoin halving cycle. And, we really got this, lucky all-time high pump for Bitcoin because of the ETF. Okay. So, but that wasn't fundamental crypto stuff that happened. That was exterior stuff that happened. So I hate being like a bear. I hate it. I want to be bullish, everybody. You don't know anybody more bullish than AJ Writes Crypto. I am super duper bullish. When you guys wake up and your portfolios are down, I am right there with you. I'm holding all the things I've been buying, all these portfolios I've been building on this channel. I'm holding all of that stuff for at least a year. Do I short trade and move around with my other bag, my day trade bag? Hell yeah, I do. Do I make a lot of money doing that? Damn straight. But I still have holdings that get devalued like big time, and it's not fun. It's not fun. So I don't like when people make me out to be like this mega bear. I'm just doing TA, and unfortunately, the TA doesn't say what everyone wants to hear. All right, so all right, no worries here. Shout out to Ricky Burris. This is going to be a rough 90 days, says that one guy. Yeah, man, that's very, very probable. All right, going to keep it rolling here. I did mention this in the video yesterday, but it didn't do that well. That video, it should have done really good. It's a good video. There's a lot of good TA there. There's a lot of it still valid. A lot of ideas there are still very much a lot of good trades there. Go check that video out. But I did mention in that video the unlocks for May, and I did want to say this on the live stream for anybody who missed that video, because if you're holding any of these coins, I'm not telling you to sell or anything, but I do want you to be aware of the tokenomic situations that you're in. DYDX today is unlocking 10% of its circulating supply. Memeland on the 3rd, 8.3%. Aptos on the 12th, 2.65%. Starknet, 8% on the 15th of its supply. Arbitrum, 3.5% on the 16th. Immutable X, May 17th, 1.75%. And this is the big one, everybody, Pyth. We've been talking about this. We've been talking about this. And on May 20th, Pyth is going to double, actually technically more than double, its current tokenomic circulating supply situation. All right, that is pretty rough. And also Avalanche towards the end of the month, 2.5% for AVAX. When you kind of look into the Pyth situation, you realize that it is on a cliff unlock. So a linear unlock is when it goes like this, and a cliff unlock is when it goes like that. All right, and this is a 1-year cliff. All right, so May 20th, right now it's at 1.5 billion. On May 20th, it goes to 3.625, and then a year from then it goes to 5.75. A year from then, 7.875. So once a year, Pyth is really, not the best tokenomic situation, considering that, I think it's here, let me actually double check this number so I don't say something incorrect here. I want to remember what its total supply is really fast, just so I know. Oh yeah, so its circulating supply is currently 1.5 billion. Its total and max supply is 10 billion for Pyth there. So be aware of that. Another thing I want you to be aware of on this token unlock here is that this is the first time, if you look here on the, it says protocol development, community, publisher reward, ecosystem growth. That's all, what we've been in now. But once we get to the May, when we more than double the supply, this is the first time the private sale allocations, that's the first time they get involved. So all the people that did the pre-sale, that had that had that insider track, that, got that early ICO, this is the first time they're able to sell. Okay, so I want you to be aware of that. It's, it is only 139 million of the allocation. But that is still pretty steep. We're talking 250 million pith. I always say pith for those people. So be aware of that. Obviously, be aware of that. I am obviously, very interested to see what is going to come of this chart. You never know. I would certainly say that, more red. I think so. I think so. All right. So we talked about the dollar. We talked about the stock market. We talked about Bitcoin. I do kind of want to go over a couple charts here. All right. So this is the Solana chart. Talked about this one at length yesterday. Just want to kind of circle back on the idea here. Let me kind of get rid of some of the AJ chart graffiti that I am so famous for drawing all over the damn place. So 2-hour chart on Solana, it has lost this part of the conditional range at 125, and the 117 has now been tested. We do have a bullish divergence actually on the 2-hour here. So, there is hope that we could get some scalp longs today as the market kind of comes up for air. I am really not going to be convinced of any type of we're back type of comeback until, we structurally put in higher highs, higher lows, get above the EMAs, all the test, all the whole checklist of things it requires for something to actually be bullish. But in the meantime, we can, do our best. I mean, even like when Solana, for instance, came down the hill here, we came down the hill here, off of this like lower high, got a triangle on the Daria Watson envelope, had bullish divergence on market cipher. There was a lot of confluence back here that kind of pointed to this, which was, a 6-day, 26% pump with a lot of conditional ranges in there that you could have scalped along the way. Trades like that, I am more than okay with. Trades like that is, really where we make our money. So, that's kind of what I'm going to be looking for. If there is, some sort of bounce back, I wouldn't, be looking to jump in that this second, where, I did kind of set up a conditional range here for Solana. So it is still inside that conditional range where, the loss of this conditional range once this alarm went off right here, we would have shorted from here, from top to bottom. We're talking a 12% trade in 2 days and 6 hours. So once again, Solana is in a new conditional range where it's in here, where if we get above 125, we long to this support resistance level to 136. And if we lose 118, we short until, the next support resistance level when you zoom out of the chart, wherever that thing may be. Where is that thing actually? Oh, I'm confused. Okay. So yeah, so there's a lot of support resistance to catch Solana from previous price actions, maybe a bit out here, maybe a loss of that level, probably short to like that at 103. There's a big one right there. And I know that there's a support resistance at 99 on Solana too, from memory. So yeah, keep an eye on those conditional ranges. They are easy trades to win. Very easy trades to win. SWE, looking at, let's go to the 2-hour. All right. So, getting very close to support resistance on this one. This is a chart I've been keeping my eye on a lot lately, as I like to target the coins on Phemex that have a lot of liquidity. You want to target that liquidity. All right. Especially if you're doing larger trades, especially if you're using larger leverage, you want to make sure the coins you're trading, you can get in out of those trades, big trades. All right. So 2-hour, we're still underneath the EMA here. When you get rejected by the 50 EMA, that is a sign of bearish continuation. There is bullish divergence forming on the 2-hour, just like on Solana. But we still do have a 19 -5 on the dual band strength index, where anything above 14 is a high degree of certainty. Shout out to Market Cipher. If you want to sign up for Market Cipher, click the link down below in the description. We'll get you signed up. But yeah, so really, there are these kind of two levels here for SUI, SWE 106 and $1 even. Kind of my idea was if we lost this 106, you could even get a little baby short to the $1 level, which would still be a 4.6% trade. If you use 10x leverage with that, you'd made 46%. All right. It might seem small, but when you know what you're doing, you can actually make really small trades really profitable. So, but here we are, on the 12-minute chart. We are kind of looking at, where is this thing going to break? We want to see it break the local low. All right. So really, a lot of the time, a break of the local low is a really good spot to go short. And then you just set a stop loss, an inch above it. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. That's kind of how I've always gone about trading. I've also been using a strategy as of late where when things are down, when things are coming down, and you're trying to get a quick scalp on the pop up right here, what I have been doing is that I have been waiting for a close above the 12-minute chart, a close above the 50 EMA. All right. So right here, when this candle right there closed above the 50 EMA from right there to right there in 5 hours, top to bottom, 4.2% trade. Okay. It does not work every single time, but it does work more times than not. And you can mitigate your risk with this, as in this one right here. We got this close here. This trade was actually still good for about 0.7%, but I don't know if a lot of traders will know to get out at that point, which is why you set a tight stop, and it has to be a full candle close above it. So, so right there would have been a really, really good example of how that strategy works. And it is a kind of a more riskier strategy, but I've been doing it a lot lately, and I've been doing very well with it as well. And even you could even kind of go this both ways. If you use the 50 EMA on the 12-minute, the close below it. I mean, look at that, 4% right there. The close below it right here. I mean, we're talking 2% right there. I mean, you can kind of use the EMA as a punching bag, so to speak, to kind of hit trades long or short based off of the break of it. I'm not sure what it is so special about the 12-minute chart. I just really prefer it. And also, this is the type of thing that you want to combine with other confluence too. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to just solely off of the break of the EMA and nothing else. You kind of want to see like, where's the money flow? Where's the next support resistance level? Where's my target? Where's the volume? Where's the local low? Where's low? You want to take all these things into account. And also I've been pulling, normal technique. Obviously I use Market Safer. I like to use High IQ, for the arrows as well. But I also like to look on stochastic RSI or a basic RSI or, MACD, Bollinger Bands, Naderi Watson envelope, stuff like that. I really like to kind of spread out my indicators and kind of get a feel for the most amount of confluence that I can get. And then, I'll kind of go from there. So, all right. So this is another one we talked about yesterday. I just want to give you a quick update on. I'm going to rip through these charts so I can cover what everyone wants to see. ENA here, it did just launch in the beginning of April. It is in a conditional range between 94 and 76. It did kind of try to break that, but it's come back down. So I would kind of feel the break of that level, a proper break of that level I would feel comfortable going short on that one. I know there is liquidity for ENA over on Phemex, and be aware that this coin launched at 64 cents. So, that 64 cent would be my target because that's where it launched, about a 14% trade down, or maybe even if it went to like 68 or something like that. You could totally make some money on that trade. All right. Okay. Arbitrum, another one that I've been hitting a lot with my trades. So this thing, man, sometimes this coin is tough to trade, but I've been in some trades with Arbitrum that have ended up like at first I was super unsure of the trade. Like I kind of got that weird feeling in my stomach as if I was making a mistake. And then I kind of forgot about that trade and played video games for like 2 hours. And I was like, oh shit, I'm in a trade. And I went back and I was up like, 30%. I was like, okay, I'm a genius. It's confirmed. I'm a genius. So this thing has really, since it has had its fall from grace, it's been in this descending channel for quite some time, since, basically the beginning of March, falling from, $2.30 all the way down to 95 cents. It has been pretty rough. As you can see, that I would consider this a conditional range at 127 to 95, as it is kind of bounced in here where the break of either of these levels would be your Q. And also you do kind of want to be aware because this was the candle close and this was the candle wick. So, in the event where you go short, you could even use that as a target, which would still be at about 11.9, 12% trade. I would like to see it bounce up. Don't get me wrong. but this thing has done a really good job just continuously it's just been falling for months. So like if you want to try to scalp long, that's fine, but if it's been, I like swimming with the fishes, to be completely honest with you guys. I like going swimming with the direction of the pond. And that would be my advice for Arbitrum. So, big alarm for Arbitrum at 95 cents. All right. Going to keep it rolling. Got a couple more charts I want to pull up before we pull the plug on the show today. Got a couple videos I'm working on in the background. Can't wait to share them with you guys. All right. So Optimism. A lot of AJ chart graffiti left on this one from yesterday. This is kind of like, an update from the video yesterday, but I would still, guys, go back and check out that video I put out yesterday. Worst month for Bitcoin. I think I titled it. A lot of really good stuff in that video, man. I put a lot of time into like these big TA breakdowns, and it does bum me out when they don't get as many views as I think they will, but I'm going to keep making them because I know people really appreciate them. And I really do this for the people who want to take it seriously and pay attention. That's who I do this for. And that's what matters to me. So, all right. So Optimism on a Gonfan daily chart, Gonfan, never broke through the 1-1, lost the 2-2, lost the 2-1, lost the 3-1, and is now consequently, in this range in between the 3-1 and the 4-1. All right. So, and it's actually looking like it's trying to get back above this level. And the Gonfan has done a really good job kind of holding this thing in. We did have a little bit of a bullish divergence play out on the 4-hour. Maybe that Andreessen Horowitz buy is working up. It is on the 4-hour coming up to test the 200 EMA. On the 2-hour, doesn't look as bullish. I just moved the Gonfan. You got to be careful with that. You can actually accidentally move your Gonfan. So right here, right now, this thing is kind of putting up a fight. I would really, and you see even how it perfectly got rejected from that next level of the Gonfan right there. So, I would say this level right here, right there, how it perfectly stayed above it both times, right over here and right over here. This number is $2.40. Optimism loses 240. You're going short. If Optimism breaks above 268, you're going long. There's your numbers. All right. So I've been getting this stuff down to a formula. All right. We've been doing a lot of trading. I do now have my own trading Telegram group. It is a paid group, but trust me, it is well worth your time, well worth your efforts, because I have really been spending a lot of time trying to get this down, not only for the more advanced traders in the group, but for the beginners as well, to get them on board to learn how to do these strategies. This group kind of started off as, a leverage trading group. And then as more beginners got into the group, I realized that I had to, make content for everybody. So I've been doing my best to do that. We're talking a lot of charts in this, a lot of trading ideas, a lot of information coming in this is a private Telegram group, by the way. I do want to say that you cannot search for this group on Telegram and find it. There are a bunch of scam bullshit accounts with my face that are trying to sell people on these bullshit packages. You cannot find this group if you search for it. You can only get in this group if you send me an email to ajalphagroup@gmail.com. Go through the checklist, and I will personally add you myself. We have well over 110 people in the group now. It's been going on a little bit over a month, and I'm very proud of it, and very proud of all the trades we've won. And we've been giving it hell over there. We've been giving hell over there. So even yesterday when I put 6 altcoin trading ideas in that video, well, I put 5 more in the Telegram group, a couple hours after the video came out. So, and if you do want to get if you want to get involved, if you want to get a feel for, how the types of charts I put on Telegram, I do post one chart from the Telegram group per day into Phemex Pulse as well. There's a link down below in the description when it's time for Phemex Pulse. So this one right here is the conditional range for FTM that I put onto Phemex Pulse, which was one of the many, many, many charts I put in on the Telegram group as well. So if you want to sign up for Phemex Pulse, definitely do that. There's a lot of other traders that are constantly posting their setups, posting their wins, asking questions to other people in the community. We have over 772 people over at Phemex Pulse. This is the 6th largest group in Phemex Pulse. Very proud of that. We've been working hard to build this up, so definitely be sure to check that out if you haven't already. And one more time, make sure if you want to sign up for the Telegram group, send me an email, ajalphagroup@gmail.com. We will help you take your trading to the next level. All right, let's do this. I'm going to talk about a couple more charts here, and we are going to, oh snap. I have a meeting that I totally forgot about. Oh, it got rescheduled. Okay. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. All right. You guys want some alpha here? All right. I have a meeting set up with John Allen Woods from Algorand, and he canceled on me. That mother chucker. It's okay. It's okay. I know he's a busy guy, and I think we're going to reschedule to a week or so away. I just have questions. I want to come to Decipher. I was invited to Decipher. Haven't talked to them since. It's kind of like, what are we doing here? So hopefully I can get my booty over to Barcelona. I'd have a really good time. I'd love to make some content, and I've never been over there before. It'd be a good time. All right. And with all that said, let's talk Algorand. 2-hour chart. It has put in a slightly higher low, which is actually really good to see. And remember, guys, remember when we were over here, see this big circle, you can obviously tell that I've been here before. Okay. When we were back in December last year, I was saying, guys, if Algorand gets above 16 cents, that is the level for Algorand. We did it in the beginning of December. We quickly pumped up 60%, 58% in 18 days. We came back down. We retested the same exact level after that pump. So we had a big December, a bad January. From January, we came all the way back up. We pumped 110% in 42 days to 33 cents. And since then have come back all the way down to the same damn level. All right. If Algorand loses 16 cents, it's not good. If Algorand losing 16 cents, we're talking 8 cents. We're talking 9 cents. That's when this value area re-enters the conversation. All right. It is at 17.4 as we speak. Algorand cannot lose 16 cents. It has put up a fight. Let's hope this is the turning point for Algorand, but you need to have a big alarm set at that level. Hedera. The level for Hedera, how Algorand has been 16 cents. For Hbar, that level is basically 10 cents. Okay, but it's actually 9.54. We have lost and regained that level already today. Okay, this level here is the local support resistance at 0.876. All right, I did give the Alpha Group a range on that one back then, and this was actually before the big pop-up, which was really good. So you could have, had this conditional trade here where, you could have went long from right there, the break of that, and you could have caught a 90% pump in 12 hours if you set an alarm on that conditional range. So, all right. And now Hedera is looking like it's going to pop back up here. Despite the bear cross, we would really like to see it win the fight of the EMAs on the 2 hours. It's heavy in the red. It's just been in this it's been getting pushed down ever since this crazy pump up. I'm not surprised that it is basically back to where it started. So there is a lot of support resistance around 11 cents. It's hard for me to be bullish this moment in time, for this exact moment in time, but it is coming up on the short-term time frame. And also look at where it is kind of at right now. If you look at these wicks over here, there are 2 wicks pushing down right at 10 cents. Right at 10 cents. I mean, there's 2 wicks. I'll show you. I don't know if you can see them. There's one right here and one right here, and we fought for it right there. So Hedera, might run into some trouble here, but if we break this 10-cent level, I would feel comfortable going long. If off the break of that level, it might kind of stutter step there for a little bit, but keep a close eye on that level. So 10 cents exactly is the upper end, and then this big alarm right here, 0876 for the lower end. So there you go. All right, so I'm going to save some charts for the Telegram group. I do have a bunch more I could talk about, but we already are at the end of the hour for this show, and I do want to I want to be a little bit more involved with Ben's show. I kind of got away from doing the TA on that show just because I always have like a meeting, or I'm busy, or I'm trying to film. It's just like it's hard to do everything at once. So but I did tell him that I try to be a lot more active over there. So I would close my show at the hour, which is fair because he starts his show at 11:30. I don't want to step on his toes. But before I do that, Nick L sent a $5 super chat. Thank you, Nick L. I do appreciate you. But his super chat says, AJ, your puppy, my puppy is in danger. To save him, you have to pick one of these bags. 220K SKL, 40K ADA, 1200 ICP, 1200 Link, 20K Mina, or 70K GRT. I can only pick one. So I imagine that they're all the same price level. They're all like the same worth. To save my puppy. Well, the thing is that it's not my puppy, it's Jada's. And if anything happens to that puppy, y'all are in big trouble. You're in big trouble. All right. So SKL, ADA, ICP, Link, Mina, or Graph. Yeah, I'm gonna go the Graph. 70K the Graph for sure. Skittles McFly, don't trip. Buy the dip. Don't trip. There it is. Shout out to my boy Crypto Face. Much love. And shout out to Platinum Mike Perry with that first round knockout. Actually, it was a left hook. But dude, that was insane. That guy hold it down for crypto. Mike Perry went on the Joe Rogan Experience with a Camp High Panda hat and a Market Cipher shirt. This guy is out here fighting for crypto. I love this guy. And he's super nice, dude. I met him at Karate Combat. I ran into him again at the Campai Panda Pandemonium party. And I went to give him like a little knuckle and he kind of hit it back. I was like, damn, son, that was unnecessary. Unnecessary, Mike Perry. And we had a laugh. Very good time. But yep, that's it. I want to peace out here today. I do appreciate the fun questions, but let's not put my dog's life on the line. I'd really appreciate that. All right. I love each and every one of you. Make sure you smash the like button on the way out the door. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, if you want to take your trading to the next level, send me an email, ajalphagroup@gmail.com. We will get you involved. We've been winning trades left and right over there, and I'm super proud of everybody who has joined the group and has taken initiative to learn more about crypto and to get better at trading to make life-changing money. That's what this is all about, right? Well, right now, things are brutal, but guess what? You don't just have to trade up. You can trade down. You can make money when the market goes down. For me, it kind of is irrelevant because I'm going to make money no matter what. And I want everybody to get to that point. I want everybody to be able to feel confident about their trading and to go into it without the fear, without that toxic relationship with money that you've had wired in your brain since you were a little tyke. So basically, let's rewire your brain. Let's recalibrate our relationship with money. And once you realize that we're only here on this earth for a certain amount of time, and you only have this chance to make it count. When you realize that and you internalize it and focus outward, that is when you make a difference. And I want to teach as many people as I can to do what I did. And what I did wasn't easy, but what I did took hard work, determination, and just a big middle finger to everyone who told me I couldn't make it. Because here I stand. Love you guys. Get rich. Don't get wrecked. Peace.